Hi guys, it's me, Murtaza, and today we are going to be reading the book Bruno and the Bees by Sylvie Dignault. Hope you enjoy. Let's get started. Lush green leaves covered the tree tops like huge umbrellas. Even under the hot sun, Bruno's forest stayed moist and cool. Bruno loved summer because there were lots of berries for him to eat. Mmm, he said, shoving the tasty fruit into his mouth. Bzz, bzz, bzz. Bruno's eyes opened wide as a big furry insect landed on his nose. "Who are you?" he asked. "I'm Queen Bee," she said, with sparks in her black shiny eyes. "A queen," said Bruno. "Do you even live in a castle?" "Yes, and I have a loyal court, with thousands of other bees," Queen Bee said proudly. "Do you make honey?" he asked. Bruno loved honey. "Of course," she laughed, making a quick blur in the air as she buzzed off. "Wait for me!" Bruno shouted, charging after her through the forest. Bruno was dreaming about the mountains of honey he would find in our castle. Bruno followed Queen Bee so closely that when she flew into a hole in an old chestnut tree, he bumped into the trunk. He could hear deep humming sounds coming from inside the tree. Looking for the honey he knew was inside the bee's nest, Bruno shoved his big nose right into the hole. Unfortunately, he didn't see the guard bees gathering for an attack until it was too late. "Ah!" he screamed as the angry bees rushed to chase after him. Bruno reached his cave just before the bees caught him. "What did I do wrong?" he asked his mamma. "Oh, Bruno," Clementine said softly, "the bees always share their honey with us, but you should never take it before the queen says you may. You will have to apologize." "She might like a present," said Georgie, Bruno's papa, in his big, deep voice. "But all I have are my toys," Bruno said sadly. Then he caught sight of something. "Could I take some honey instead?" "What a clever Blair," Georgie said affectionately, sending Bruno off with a full jar. Walking back through the forest, Bruno met Clara the badger. "What do you have there?" she asked. "Just a jar," Bruno said. Before Bruno could explain, Clara had poured some honey in a cup. "Uh-oh," Bruno thought. "But maybe Queen Bee wouldn't notice if the jar isn't completely full." Saying goodbye to Clara, Bruno took the path along the stream. "Fish!" he thought, getting a little hungry. One fish dipped in the jar, 2 fish dipped in the jar, 3 fish dipped in the gold. He sang as he ate. Surely Queen Bee wouldn't mind if just a little bit more honey is missing. With so many snacks in his belly, Bruno started to feel sleepy. "I'll just have a nap," he decided, resting in the shade of an oak tree. Poke, poke. 2 acorns bounced off Bruno's head, waking him up just in time to see 3 squirrels stealing the honey jar. "What did I get myself into?" Bruno groaned. Knowing he would have to arrive at the bee's nest empty-handed, he remembered those guard bees. Queen Bee didn't look happy to see Bruno. "Have you come back to cause more trouble?" she asked. Bruno tried to apologize, but Queen Bee wouldn't listen. Bruno lay down in the patch of daisies to think about what to do next. The bees work so hard, he thought, watching them stuff their back legs with the sweet gold powder they use to make honey. I wish I could help. Then he thought harder. Maybe I can help. With a bow, Bruno offered a bunch of daisies to Queen Bee. "These are for you," he said nervously. Slowly her frown turned into a smile. "Oh, little bear," she said, "you look just like a prince." "I don't mind being called a prince," Bruno said, "but only if a prince is allowed to eat honey." The end.